The debut of the Grand Slam track in Los Angeles was not just another athletic competition. It was a declaration of principles, a break from the traditional model, and a bold experiment that could redefine how track and field is perceived, organized, and consumed. Unlike conventional formats dominated by federations, this new circuit emerged with a clear ambition: to empower the athlete, engage the spectator, and modernize a sport with vast untapped potential. The city of Los Angeles, a cultural and media epicenter, was strategically chosen as the inaugural venue, not only for its logistical capacity, but because it represents a global window toward a diverse and young audience used to consuming sports as total entertainment. And under that logic, the Grand Slam did not disappoint. From the staging to the pre-event narrative, every detail was designed to create an immersive experience that placed the athlete at the center of the story. The crown jewel of the day, the women's 400-meter hurdles, symbolized this transformation. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, an undisputed icon of modern track and field, not only participated, she marked a turning point. Her time of 52.70, though far from her world record, was a demonstration of technical control and tactical maturity. But beyond the stopwatch, what was truly revealing was her attitude. She ran with a mix of serenity and competitive hunger that conveyed leadership in a context of structural change in the sport. Her execution reflected a meticulously planned strategy. She didn't go out like a sprinter desperate to break records. She ran like an athlete fully aware of the stage and the message her presence carried. This platform has a future, and I support it. Her rhythm was progressive, controlled over the first 200 meters, powerful on the curve, and fluid in the final straight, with a stride that seemed to defy biomechanical laws. Each hurdle cleared was a visual affirmation of the dominance she holds over this distance. But the value of her performance goes beyond the technical. McLaughlin-Levrone represents a new class of athlete, professional, media-savvy, and in full control of her public image. She doesn't rely on federations to project herself. She doesn't wait for world championships to compete at the highest level. She chooses when and where to run. And she does it with the conviction that track and field can and should be more accessible, more profitable, and more visible. In this sense, her participation in the Grand Slam was as much an act of cultural leadership as of athletic prowess. The setting in which she competed also deserves attention. The UCLA Stadium track was redesigned with sensors and high-speed cameras to offer real-time metrics. The audience, far from being mere spectators, became active participants, thanks to interactive screens displaying live data on speed, energy expenditure, and projected times. This not only elevated the visual experience, but allowed a new way of understanding the athletic complexity of each race. The event also incorporated production elements more typical of a spectacle than a traditional competition. Custom lighting for athlete introductions, visual storytelling, and interaction zones between athletes and fans before and after races. All of this pointed toward one clear objective: to humanize athletes without taking away their greatness. The audience's participation was remarkable, not so much in numbers, but in quality of engagement. Social media was flooded with clips and commentary from the first block of competition. Highlights were edited and shared in real time, multiplying the event's impact far beyond the stands. Especially McLaughlin-Levrone's race, which went viral not just for her performance, but because it symbolized a new paradigm. An Olympic champion choosing to run in a circuit outside the traditional system to help launch a revolution. This modern approach also echoed in the way prize money was distributed. For the first time, the money wasn't tied exclusively to the final position. It also rewarded individual performance, media participation, and audience interaction. This reflected a broader understanding of the athlete's value. No longer just a competitor, but also a content creator and ambassador of the sports brand. In short, this first chapter of the Grand Slam track in Los Angeles was much more than an athletic event. It was a manifesto. It showed that when presented smartly and adapted to modern forms of consumption, track and field has the power to reconnect with the global audience. And at the center of that reconnection stood Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone,